Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on GROV. Before I get started, I would like to note to please check my IRP disclaimer. With that being said, let's get started here. What we're looking at on this chart here is the 30-minute time frame, and all that represents for people not familiar with charts is instead of each one of these candlesticks representing a day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes worth of trading action. And the reason I'm doing this time frame is if we pull up the daily chart, you can see that this chart is about as fresh as it can get in terms of trading history and so forth. So there's still information here that we can extract from it, but I think the most beneficial time frame to really kind of extract that information and get an idea of what's going on from the charting perspective is from the 30-minute time frame. So we'll hop back there. And the first thing that really catches my mind, or catches my eye I should say, is probably my favorite pattern that exists out there. If you followed my videos and so forth before, you know that, and you've heard me talk about a falling wedge pattern. And as I've said, it's a little counterintuitive. You would think with the word falling in there that implies something bearish, but actually the falling wedge pattern is a very bullish pattern, and as I noted, one of my favorites. So right here is the bottom portion of the falling wedge, and I should note real quick that the rising wedge pattern is actually bearish and one that you don't want to see. But counterintuitive, but again, the falling wedge is a bullish pattern, and again, you can simply Google that or whatever, and you'll see exactly what I mean. But that is exactly what we have here. So I'm going to change this line here to red to represent the resistance portion of the pattern. But here is the classic falling wedge pattern. Again, I'd encourage you to Google it or whatever, and you can see plenty of examples. But this is one where, with the right recipe and the right, volume on the breakout, they can really get moving. And with this chart, there's quite a bit of upside just simply because it is fresh and there aren't many levels of resistance, assuming certain levels can get broken. So the first level that you'd want to see get broken is simply this downtrending line right here. Right now, this trend line looks to be right at about 22 cents, 23 cents. You can see right here based on the candle that it closed very close to it, couldn't quite do it, but with a break of that, then it could really start to get running. With the break of that trend line, the first level of resistance that the bulls would want to push through is going to be right here at this level, and this is level is valued at 24 cents. So 24 cents would be a first kind of little hurdle. I'm going to leave that line skinny because while it is resistance, with the right volume breakout, if you can get some sort of breakout volume like that, I don't foresee 24 cents putting up much of a fight. The next level of resistance would then be up here at this previous high, and this level of resistance would be at 27 cents. So you can see the percentages would be adding up pretty quickly here to go from a breakout of here all the way up to here. And then this is where it gets interesting, because after the 27-cent level, the next level of resistance is not until essentially up here, which is at the 35-cent level. So that would be, or that is, a very big window in between these. So you could almost call it a miniature blue sky breakout too if you wanted to. And then after 35, next one not till 45. But one step at a time, let's first just see how it reacts with this falling wedge pattern. But the point I'm trying to convey is there's quite a bit of upside potential with a breakout from the falling wedge pattern. Support wise, just simply the bottom of this trend line. You can see here support, support, and then support once again. So as long as this trend line here continues to hold, then the falling wedge will remain intact. But being that it closed so close to the trend line up here, I'd like to see volume pick up here for a nice solid pattern breakout. So that is where the chart currently stands. Again, this is a 30-minute chart. If there are any other questions on it, please shoot me a note. But again, this was GROV. Thanks for listening.